Nani and Nithyananda Yoga for joining for today's Nithyananda Yoga session. We're going to be doing the Vinyasa Krama part 2, continuing from where we left yesterday in the Vinyasa Krama 1. We're going to be starting our session now with the Sadguru Vandana by placing our hands in front of the heart center in the Namaskara Mudra and closing the eyes as we offer our gratitude to Swamiji for blessing the entire humanity with the science of Nithyananda Yoga. The viewers and my Yogeshwari Jnani and my Jnana Yogini for joining us in the Zoom session as well. We are now going to be starting our session with the Sadguru Vandana, where we are going to be invoking and offering the gratitude at the lotus feet of Swamiji and offering the gratitude for gracing the entire humanity with the science of Nithyananda Yoga. Please place your hands in front of your heart center in Namaskara Mudra. Close your eyes as we enter into the yoga session. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. The next is going to be the Shiva Mula Mantra Japa, where we are going to be doing the Japa Om. So requesting all the viewers and the participants over here to please do the japa internally while we will be doing it out loud such that it is easy to follow along while doing the japa. So requesting you all to continue to keep your eyes closed, visualizing Paramashiva in the inner space and do the japa. Om Ram Om Shivaya Namaha. 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 Next is going to be the Tattvachamana, which is sequence, for which you will be needing the Panchapatiram and the Ujjayitam, the traditional cup and the spoon which we usually use for the daily puja. We are going to be starting with the Tattvachamana by keeping the hands in the Gokarana Mudra, by cupping the palm and bending the index finger forward. So we are going to be taking one uddarini, one spoonful of water towards the center of the palm and sipping it along with the word Swada. We will be doing this action 3 times. Om Atmatattvam Shodayami Swadam. Om Vidyatattvam Shodayami Swadam. Om Shivatattvam Shodayami Swadam. Please wash your hand. Now, with the base of the thumb, we will be wiping the upper and lower lip twice. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Please wash your hand. Now, with the tip of your index finger, middle finger, and ring finger join together. Touch above your upper lip and below your lower lip. And please wash your hand. Now, with the tip of your index and thumb join together. You touch your right nostril, left nostril, and with the tip of your ring and thumb join together. Your right eye, left eye, your right ear, and left ear. Please wash your hand. And now with the base of your little finger and thumb join together, touch the base of your little finger and thumb join together, touch your navel center, your right chest, left chest, and the tip of all the fingers join together, touch above your head, your right shoulder, left shoulder, and the hand symptoms. And next, you're going to be entering into one of the most important sections in Nithyananda Yoga, the Swamika Vibhas, the conscious dissolution, for which you're going to be placing your hands, clasping your right hand, right palm on top of the left, and placing it on top of your right thigh. Close your eyes and intensely visualize yourself manifesting the ultimate possibility to manifesting the ultimate health, all the yogic powers as revived by Swamiji and revealed by Paramashiva in the Agumas. And you're manifesting ultimate health through the Nithyananda Yoga practice. We're now going to be entering into the Sakala. Om Mamo Bhada Samasta Durida Kshayadvara Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishishtayam Asyam Shubhatitau Purana Arobhya Yukta Dridagatra Yoga Sharira Siddhyartam Paramashiva Shakti Avishkaranartham Nithyananda Yoga Abhyasam Karishye. Please wash your hands. Om Abhauvat Krishya. And before we begin the Nithyananda Yoga for today, a quick reminder that today's yoga practice is for general wellness and educational purposes only. Please listen to your body and practice the entire session with your own limits and capacities. If you have any injuries, if you have any medical conditions, or if you're pregnant, please consult your health professional, health care professional before practicing. And if at any point in time, with yoga session, if you feel any pain, dizziness, illness, discomfort, then please stop and rest. And with this, we're going to be starting with the session where we're going to be doing the Yathasana Ishtasana. Today, we're going to be having a lot of dynamic asanas as well. So, we can all be ready. We're now going to start the simple seated position. You can sit in the most easiest position, either with the simple cross leg, or if you find Padmasana as the most comfortable position, you can sit like that, or in normal cross leg position. Even if you find just stretching your leg forward as the comfortable position, you can do that as well. We're going to be sitting in a very comfortable position and place the fingers in the Bindu Mudra. The Bindu Mudra is where you bend your index finger and touch onto the tip of the thumbs. Place it on top of your respective knees. As you engage in Samana Kumbhaka, inhale deeply, visualize the feet flames raising up around the spine, maintaining the awareness of the heat digestive fire at the navel center. So if you notice, throughout the session, in many of the asanas, we're going to be repeating the samana asana. Pariyankam tat samapyatam. And by doing this asana, you're going to engage in the Mula Bandha, where you're going to firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward. Mula Bandha is also one of the aspects which you're going to be doing throughout the session. It's going to be constant throughout the session. We might be even doing the Udhyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha, and Mahamudra Bandha. But Mula Bandha is going to be continuously engaged where you firmly contract the muscles of your pelvic floor, lifting it upward. And ground, you're going to be in a very comfortable cross-legged position by placing both your feet under your respective thighs. During the Shambhavi Mudra, keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within Samana Kumbhaka. Mula Bandha, visualize yourself seated firmly yet softly on the earth in Samanasana. गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यद्बालभूसुखप्रसवलाभाय रोचते प्राप्तनेपथ्ये. And the next asana, you're going to continue to be seated. In completely cross-legged position. And draw the left heel in to press lightly against the perineum, placing the right heel above the left ankle. So you're going to be placing your ankles on top of each other, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, visualizing your glutes, loving presence, lifting burdens from your shoulders, guiding you beyond Vishu's veil in Muktasana.
बीजसेवने सूक्ष्मं दक्षिणेतर बुद्धतः वामं याम्येन बुद्धेन.
And the next asana is where you sit with the legs extended, draw the left heel in towards the perineum, and place the right heel above your left, crossing the ankles. Continue to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhakam, and Mula Bandha. Gaze towards your third eye. Gaze towards your third eye. By bringing the eyeballs towards the third eye, you're going to hold yourself over there. Visualize yourself seated in the perfect alignment, your spine erect as a luminous pillar of inner strength in Siddhasana.
स्थानु संयमितेन्द्रियो अचलदृशा पश्यन् भूरन्तरं चैतन्य मोक्षकपाटभेदजनकं सिद्धासनं प्रोच्यते.
Next is Siddhyasana. Sit with the left heel pressing the perineum, right heel placed near the on top of the left. Go into the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Mahamudra Bandha. So the Mahamudra Bandha is where you continue to hold the Mula Bandha by contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor. You're going to be lifting your abdomen inward, sucking it in, and tucking your chin in towards the chest. So it is not going to be a simple tuck alone. You're going to be locking the throat center by tucking your chin in slightly towards the chest. Holding yourself in a Mahamudra Bandha, gazing downward. Visualize yourself seated as an unmoving mountain, steady and untouchable in Siddhyasana.
वामपादकी एदीजानो सीवनि मध्यकासतो तानो नचिपादकी एदीजोहि मेडुमधि ददावे सोहि.
Next is Vinyasa Krama, where you're going to be continuing to sit with your ankles stacked on top of each other. If you are able to also move it slightly apart, where your foot is going to be stacked on top of each other, you can move yourself over there, while aligning your soles together, keeping your hands now in the Bindu Mudra and resting your perfect knees, while your index finger and thumbs are joined together, doing the Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandham. Bring your gaze towards the third eye. Visualize yourself as Lord Rudra, fierce and luminous, holding infinite power with inward restraint in Rudrasana.
वामचरण परिदर्शनदाके एकदुगति असाविदाके वामपगधले माहिने कोर दर्शनके बाहरंगे ओर.
Next is Shanta Dhrunasana. In Shanta Dhrunasana, you're going to sit with your legs crossed naturally. You balance it in the bones. You can also again keep your foot under your respective knees as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, and Mula Bandha. Bring your gaze now towards your nose. Bring your gaze now towards your nose, doing the Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a stream flowing steadily, unbroken and clear in Shanta Dhrunasana.
आसन की गुण मन की चंचलता अमृत.
Next is Nithyananda, where you're going to be starting again by sitting upright with your legs crossed, your spine long. Where you're going to be crossing and holding on to your both your hands, keeping it in the Samputa Mudra. So you're going to be cupping both your palms, and placing the right palm on top of the left and placing it in front of the navel center, holding the Samputa Mudra, doing the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply, visualizing the heat flames, doing the Mula Bandha, firmly contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor. Visualize stillness as your throat, unyielding yet fluid, grounding you into kindness awareness in Siddhyasana.
जुगालसमासीन सिद्धासनमुदीरितं प्रसाद्य भुवि पादौ तु दोग्ध्याम् अङ्गुष्ठमादरात्.
And next is going to be a very powerful asana, the Bandha Yoni asana, where you're going to be engaging in a powerful mudra, the Shanmukhi mudra, where you're going to be withdrawing all your senses, all the five senses by practicing this asana. First, you're going to be coming to sit in a cross-legged position. You're going to be bringing your hands in front of your face, both your palms towards the sides of your face, starting by keeping the thumb closing the ears, bringing your index finger and placing it on top of your eyes, bringing your middle finger and placing it below your nostrils, or you can also use it as a support to close your nostrils, and bringing the ring finger above your upper lip and the little finger below. So this way you're going to be withdrawing all your senses, your listening, your sight, your breath, everything you're going to be withdrawing inside. Doing the Samana Kumbhaka, where you can move your middle finger, inhale deeply, and visualize the heat flames raising up along the spine during the Samana Kumbhaka. Mula Bandha, visualize the sacred womb as a sealed sanctuary, holding the vastness of creation within in Bandha Yoni Asana.
तत्र मध्ये महादेव बन्धयोन्यासमे श्रुति यत्कृत्वा खेचरो भूत्वा विचरेत् ईश्वरो यथा.
Next is Virasana. In Virasana, you're going to be sitting with one foot placed atop the opposite thigh, then the other on the opposite thigh. You're going to be placing the other below your opposite thigh, doing the Bindu Mudra. Again, you're going to be keeping your index finger and thumb joined together, placing it on top of your respective knees, doing Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and gazing forward. Visualize yourself as a fearless warrior, kneeling with ease, yet burning with inner resolve. And Virasana.
एकं पादम् अथ एकस्मिन् विन्यस्य ऊर्ध्वि संस्थितः इतरस्मिन् सख्यात् वीरासनमुदीरितम्.
So as we move now to the next asana, the Varvikasana. In Varvikasana, you're going to continue to sit in a comfortable pose. Sit with the left heel placed behind the right of the genital and the right heel in the left hollow of the big toe where it touches your knees. Keep your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. During the Bindu Mudra, placing your index finger, tips of your index finger and thumb joined together and placing your respective knees, coming to do the Mula Bandha Samana Kumbhaka. You're going to be bringing your gaze now towards the third eye. Visualize yourself knotted into oneness with each fold binding distraction into stillness in Varvikasana.
नामपदति पदकरिपुण्ये दिगजोय फनादिसो मे दर्शन आनिरदावे सोय.
And next is the Yoni Mudrasana. And you're going to continue to sit the cross-legged position, bringing the left sole inward towards the perineum and gently turning the foot. As you continue to sit in the same position with your head and spine in a straight line, placing your palms comfortably on top of your knees, facing towards your knees. You can release the Bindu Mudra. Sitting with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, doing Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. You're going to now bring your gaze from third eye towards the nose. Visualize the luminous lotus womb closing around you, your awareness. Stealing stillness within Yoni Mudrasana.
योनि मुद्रासन वामपादति पदकली भ्रागिमादिगी कोरि योनितः नरे वैसे ये पुरतो पाव जुमोरि.
Next is Yonasana. In Yonasana, you're going to continue to sit in the same position as you do the Shavani Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, and Yoga Gandha. You're now going to visualize yourself enclosed in the cosmic womb, secure and timeless, the source of all forms in Yonasana, while you continue to gaze towards your planet.
Nithyanam parvatena yogam yogaphale anilam tatkala phalamanthavat kecharo davat evahi.
And next is Vadrasana tree, where you're going to bring both your foot facing each other, press onto each other firmly, and bring your feet close as much as possible. Over here, you can also clap your knees up and down. You can move your knees up and down so you find the stretch as well. Important to keep your head, neck, and spine in a straight line and engaging in the Uddiyana Bandha. That also helps you to keep your spine even more straight. Now, suck in your abdomen inward and up. You don't need to do the Jalandhara Bandha, just the Uddiyana Bandha. Hold yourself there, doing the Samana Kumbhaka, gazing towards your nose. Om Nithyananda Paramashiva Japa. Visualize your seat as auspicious foundation, spreading blessings in all the directions in Bhadrasana.
Bhadrasanam kulpa uchavishanasya dasivanya pashvayo chipet sabje gulpe tata sabje dakshina gulpe tu dakshine.
And in Aghorasana, you're going to continue to remain, the legs are going to be in the same position, and your left hand is going to be holding on. It's going to be placed on the respective knee, and the right hand is going to come in front of your face. So you're going to now be using your thumb and the ring finger and the middle finger to be doing the pranayama, the Abhyantara Kumbhaka, where you're now going to slowly inhale through the nose until the lungs are full, and then retain the breath inside with steady awareness and finally releasing it. So you're going to be inhaling through both your nose, following the breath, and exhaling. In the Mula Gandha, gazing towards your third eye intensely, doing japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva, engaging in the Kechaki Mudra. Fix your gaze between the eyebrows, between the third, onto the third eye, relaxing the breath and then gently turning the tongue backward into the hollow behind the soft palate as you visualize yourself as a blazing firebrand, fierce yet controlled, radiating intensity in Aghorasana.
Mukutapo bastika joyi vahiriti joki je soyi sabanguri mukha vahariyane mukakopani sampudakari thane.
Next is the Karneri Pavasana. In the Karneri Pavasana, your legs are going to be in the same position and you're going to be bringing your elbows on top of your heel. So what you can do is to keep your toes together and spread your heels apart. So in this asana, the tips of all your toes are going to be together while your foot is going to be spread wide apart, and you're going to keep your elbows on top of your respective ankles or heels and rest your face on top of your palms, doing the Shambhavi Mudra. We're now going to be entering into another Kumbhaka, which is the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Exhale fully and hold the breath out without inhaling by remaining steady and aware of your breath. In the Rechaka Kumbhaka, engaging in the Uddiyana Bandha, Sakya Samak, inward and up. Gazing towards your nose, visualize yourself as an eternal evergreen tree rooted deeply in the earth, limbs swaying but unbroken in Karneri Pavasana.
Meri Pavasana Dwari Pavasana Tatyo Hidvese Yapame Jani Vidvese Dogul Pamadila Jano Aruri Vichakapuni Dhano.
Next is Parasana, where you're going to now be lifting both your foot off the ground. And what you're going to do is bring both your hands from below your respective knees and clasp onto it in the Parishu Mudra above both your feet. So you're going to hold yourself firmly in the asana, doing your best in keeping your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. So sometimes to find the balance, what we tend to do is to arch the spine and try to find the balance. But instead, what you can do is you can place your foot down if you want to find the balance. But ensure that you keep your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Doing the Mula Bandha will help you to hold yourself in this asana, finding the balance. Continue to engage in a Mula Bandha, Rechaka Kumbhaka, and gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself seated as supreme stillness beyond fluctuations, vast and undivided in Parasana.
Parasana Pratamamadi Jango Ito Tinatari Kari Mata Bujiso Boda Tari Kari Bakari Tane Ulta Mori Jangana Kariane.
And next is Gopi Chandasana. In Gopi Chandasana, you can bring your hands from forward, from outside. You can release your hands from the center of your legs and hold on to it from outside. As much as possible, you're going to bring the big toes under your chin, keeping it over there, and covering your foot, holding on to both of your all of your toes with your hands, holding it as close to you as possible, keeping your head and spine in a straight line, engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Continuing to gaze towards your nose, visualize yourself as King Gopi Chand in yogic renunciation, royal yet surrendered in Gopi Chandasana.
Purva Vidhipagata Ambuda Kandla Kuparashe Edi Dirta Lagave Kankasi Edia Anguli Parirashe Drishti Nasa Adra Asana Poguna.
Next is Udarasana. You're going to be drawing both your foot in towards your body, similar to the Gopi Chandasana, but you're now going to be bringing your hands back from the center of your legs and clasping onto it from inside your knees. Yes, like the Acharyas are demonstrating, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose. Visualize the belly as a fertile center glowing like fire, sustaining strength and vision, energy in this asana.
Prabhupada Samputane, Ube Hastakari, Purada Itane, Angusta Do Samataharabe, Lukali Cheta Binagabe.
Next is Vishishtasana. So you're going to continue to keep your hands from inside. But now what you're going to do is bring your foot as much as possible above your forehead, holding it close in, engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, and Mula Bandha. When you hold the Mula Bandha, you will find the balance such that you don't lose the balance and fall backward. So hold yourself over here, bringing both your foot as much as possible above your forehead. Doing the Mula Bandha, Rechaka Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself seated in uniqueness, neither bound nor with common, radiating distinction in this asana.
Prabhupada Samput Kare, Hatu Sadavikani Kale Kare, Vanai Uvanya Mahili Sandhirashe.
Next is Bhujasana. In Bhujasana, your elbows are going to continue to remain below your knees, but now you're going to push it more inward that it comes as much as possible on top of your shoulder. So you're going to be pushing your legs as much as possible that it comes on top of your respective arms or shoulder. And now you're going to be bringing your hands behind your neck and placing it either towards the sides of your neck or behind your neck as much as possible. Your goal is going to be to clasp your hands behind, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka. Exhale fully and hold the breath without inhaling while remaining steady and aware during the Mula Bandha. Visualize your body upheld by shoulders like pillars, strong and steady. in Bhujasana.
Vyasanam tu Vignenyam Rakshasanam Adapparam Vivasanam cha Paramam Vyasanam Aditi Hochyate.
In this asana, you are now going to continue to keep your legs in the same position. Nithyananda Ma Prema Shaktini. Welcome for yoga session for today. We are now going to be entering into the Kalyanasana. Your legs are going to remain in the same position, ma, as you're going to be bringing your hands from behind your back and clasping onto your respective palms behind your back. So for you to be able to find the balance, what you can also do is you can take the support of the wall to keep your toes on top of the wall if needed. If you're finding it comfortable in this asana to balance, then you can also hold yourself. But we're going to be nicely twisting our hands such that we're able to bring it behind the back and getting it as close to each other as possible in an attempt to clasp your other hand. Continue to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, and Nilabandha. Gaze towards your nose, visualize each breath unfolding as a blessing, filling you with numerous benefits in this asana.
Doha to Pagabichi Ane, Tinako Modi, Bodani Chetrane, Baguri Bakatya Bagariave, Punagari, Set Harave.
And the next asana is going to be Sankadasana. In Sankadasana, you're going to now start off by sitting on top of your heels. So you're not going to be keeping your legs beside your hip. You're going to be actually sitting on top of your right heel while bringing your left heel from on top, aligning your left knee with the right. We're going to be starting off by sitting on top of the left heel and aligning it on top. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Holding yourself in this way, holding on top, holding on to your opposite knees. So you're going to be holding with your left hand, right hand on top of your left knee and left hand on top of your right knee. Keeping your head, neck and spine in a straight line, engaging in the Vaishnavi Mudra, where your eyes are going to be open and fixed onto a spot. But you're not going to be also blinking in this asana. You're going to be holding this spot firmly as you have your awareness resting deeply within you, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, firmly contracting the throat and drawing the breath slowly in through your nostrils and making the ocean-like sound in the throat center as if there. Engaging in the Mula Danda, firmly contract the muscles of your pelvic floor, lifting it upward without tension. Visualize yourself entering the narrow state of hardship in Sankadasana.
Pamadam Chite Mulam Sangyasagara Nikale, Padadandena Yamena, Vekaye Pamapadakam.
And now you can release the leg on top of which you're sitting towards the sides of your head while continuing to keep your knees as aligned on top of each other as possible. Continuing to do the 8 Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a generous cow, nourishing and calm, embodying abundance. Envision milk flow as prana, with sustaining streams filling every channel of being in Dhemukasana.
Savyangrikundalam Prishne Vame Niveshayet Vamangrikundalam Chaiva Dakshine Dhenukasanam.
And now you're going to be spreading your knees slightly apart as you bring the left foot on top of your right inner thigh. And the right foot is going to be placed slightly on top of the left knee. So if you notice in this asana, you're not actually in the full Padmasana position. This is the Padmasana position. But you're going to be bringing your foot ankles in such a way that it is just placed slightly on top of your knee, holding yourself in this asana. You're going to be twisting your upper body towards the left side. And your left hand is going to be coming from behind you, holding on the right foot to the side. You're going to be feeling a complete upper body twist, looking towards the back as you engage in the Mula Bandha, bring the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Vaishnavi Mudra. Visualize yourself as a sage Matsyendra, seated in deep twist, channeling secret wisdoms in Machandrasana.
Vamajanga Paradachinakane, Vamahasta Krishnadisa Ane, Gavuro Dachinapadhe Joyi, Taki Nalija Pakare Soi.
Now you can untwist your upper body and keeping your legs in the exact same position. You're going to be holding on to your respective toes in the using support of your index finger and middle finger joined together. And you're going to bring the body onto your foot as you place your forehead onto the ground as much as possible, keeping your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. So if you notice one important thing, usually when we want to bend forward, we're going to be bending our spine into an arc slouch-like position. So what you're going to ensure is that you start by keeping your head, neck, and spine in a straight line all the way from the bottom of your spine. You're going to bend forward and as much as possible, continue to keep your spine straight. You're going to be coming towards the ground. If needed, you can take a support of a partner, if you have a partner with you, doing the Vaishnavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as Matsyendra with deeper embodying unfathomable depth in the turning inward in Machandrasana way.
Pratama Vimano Charan Joyi, Parirake Soi, Taki Solave, Bahuri Juktiya or Karave.
The next is Guru Asana. You can now raise up, coming to a seated position. And you're now going to be releasing your right foot and placing it on top and onto the bottom of your left knee. And aligning your left foot on top of your right knee. So we're going to first start by engaging in the Mahamudra Bandha. Firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it and sucking the abdomen inward and up, engaging the Mahamudra Bandha by tucking the chin in towards the chest. Holding yourself firmly in Mahamudra Bandha, now you're going to be clasping your hands together and bringing it on top of your left knee. Keeping your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, and with awareness lifting the focus of awareness received deeply within where your eyes remain open, holding the outer vision. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan, Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, radiating light that dissolves every shade. In Guru Asana.
मूले इतरपादस्य कनिष्ठिका प्रदेश गुल्फां संस्थाप्य तदेव जानम् इतरपादपार्श्वं संस्थाप्य विश्लेतस्थौ समीलयेत् गुरुवासनं भवति.
Next is as much as possible. You're going to be clasping onto your opposite knees. My Jnana Yogini, we are going to be sitting on top of the ground for this asana. Yes. My Jnana Lakshmi, you're going to be sitting on top of your right foot as you align your left knee on top, bringing it towards the side. You're going to be sitting on top of one of your foot as you bring the other knee from the top, aligning both your knees. Yes, yes, ma, yes. Yes, just like that. We're going to be holding on top of your respective knees, the opposite knees. We're going to be holding on to the opposite knees. Doing the Vaishnavi Mudra, Ujjayi, Kulvaka, and Nirvana. Visualize yourself centering the narrow space of hardship where pressure surrounds but does not destroy any Sankatasana.
Vamadam chite moolam sanyasya dhara nipale padadandena yamyena vekhaye vamapadatam.
The next what we're going to do is you're going to be in the same position, just you're going to be releasing your foot towards the respective side of the hip. And your hands are going to be placed on top of the knee that is there, face up. So on top of the on top of the knee that is there, stacked above, you're going to be holding on and placing both your palms on top of each other and holding yourself in this position. Keeping your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. So one of the most important things throughout the Nithyananda Yoga, if you notice, is the visualization. When you visualize, you're manifesting all the ultimate qualities of Paramashiva along with the asana, doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mooladhanda, visualize yourself as generous cow, nourishing and calm, embodying abundance in Dhirukasana.
Savyam Vikundalam Prishte Vameni Veshage Vama Vikundalam Chaiva Dakshine Dhenukhasanam.
Next is Machendrasana, where you're now going to be bringing your right knee on top of the left and starting the right foot right on top of your knee. You're not going to be completely bringing the right foot completely inside. So if you notice in this asana, it's not complete Padmasana position. It's going to be a slightly different by keeping your left foot coming slightly outside. And now you're going to be twisting your entire upper body towards the opposite side from what you have done last time. Completely feel the upper body twist now. Now, Prema Shaktini, you can look backward as well. Completely backward. Feel. Actually, when you look backward, you will notice that you find even more ability to twist even more. Yes, ma'am. So continue to do the Vaishnavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Moolabandha. Visualize yourself as a sage Matsyendra seated in deep twist, channeling secret wisdom in Machendrasana.
Vamajanga Dashina Kane, Vamahasa Pituvisa Ane, Bakuro Dashina Padane Joyi, Gati Narita Pakare Soyi.
Next is Machendrasana Dve. You can now hold on to your respective toes, continue to keep your legs in the same position. You're just going to untwist your upper body and hold on to your respective toes as you bend forward. Again, remember to bend completely forward from the spine, keeping your head, neck, and spine straightened as much as possible. Continuing to engage in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moolabandha. Visualize yourself as Matsyendra, but deeper, embodying unfathomable depth in returning inward in Machendrasana Dve.
Sama Jivano Karma Hidoi, Vamajanga Parirake, Soyi Taki, Udikati Solave, Bhavuri Priya, or Darage.
And next is Guru Asana, where you can relax the knee that is there on the top and place it below your thigh. As you keep your head neck and spine in a straight line, you will be bringing your hands on the knees of which is there on top. Doing the Vaishnavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, keeping your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, and bringing yourself into the Maha Mudra Balidha by contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor, sucking the abdomen inward and up, and tucking the chin in towards the chest. Holding yourself comfortably in this asana, visualize the supreme quantum of Hinduism, Bhagavan, Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva, radiating light that dissolves every shade of ignorance.
Guru Asana.
And next is Pashvasana. In Pashvasana, you're going to be now bringing both your foot in towards your hip, completely Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Mula Gandha, bringing your gaze towards your third eye. Visualize yourself twisted like a tethered animal in Pashvasana, yet inwardly free.
अधतले भूमौ निधाय जानुने उरसि निधाय विपरीत हस्ताभ्याम् उरसहित जङ्घे निबध्य दृष्टेर्पशासनं भवति.
And next is Bodha Shokasana. You're like going to be in the same position. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to release your lock from the opposite elbows and clasp on your respective wrist. Pulling on your respective wrist as you bring your chin and rest it on top of your wrist. Pulling yourself close completely as much as possible. Doing the Kechari Mudra by fixing your gaze between the third eye and relaxing the breath, gently turning the tongue backward into the hollow of the throat. Engaging in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, fixing your gaze in between your, now bringing your gaze towards your nose, visualize a conscious awakening manifesting within, taking you beyond sorrow in both Shokasana.
भगतरी भूपरिधर गोधमा दिव्य से करे गोधुलाई पुरवे से जंघा छाती अग्रनिलय से.
Yes, this Purakatasana. So your foot is going to continue to remain placed onto the ground firmly. You're just going to bring your hands from below your knee and hugging onto it. Bring your foot close to your hip as much as possible. As close to your hip as much as possible. Continuing to engage in the Kechari Mudra. Samana Kumbhaka. So you're going to continue to engage in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Doing the Mula Gandha. Gaze towards your nose. Continuing to the Japa Om Nithyananda Yoga. Visualize yourself as a holy cock emerging with the first light of dawn, embodying innocence, vitality, and uniform strength in Purakatasana.
Purakatasana दो हाथ पग बाहर लियावे घोड़ा नीचे लेट हरावे आम्हा साम्हा ऐसे करे आपस में कामन पकड़े.
Next is Sumati Asana. In Sumati Asana, you're going to continue to be in the same position. Just you're going to be bringing your right ankle, crossing it on top of your left, keeping your heels on the ground. You're going to continue to keep your heels onto the ground and raising the toes pointing towards the sky as you do the Kechari Mudra, engaging in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as noble wisdom personified, unwavering and luminous, envision prana circulating as bright discernment in this asana.
मूलद्वारिधर की पेरी खाने दावा पग करी निशिपद आने.
And next is going to be Dandasana. We are going to now stretch your legs nicely in front of you, keeping your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. So, in this asana, what you're going to do is you're going to be interlacing your hands together and nicely stretching it above your head, completely feeling the stretch in your spine, doing the Kechari Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, engaging in the Mula Bandha, Mahamudra Bandha as you now, from the Mula Bandha, you also sucking your abdomen inward and up and tuck your chin in towards the chest, gazing towards your nose, visualize yourself as a star, straight, steady, and unweaving in Vinyasa.
दानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघुसुख प्रसवलाभात् उच्यते प्रार्थने पति.
Next is Arambhasana. So, by being in the same position, from the bottom of your spine, you are going to be arcing your upper body forward. So, one mistake that we tend to do is we tend to bend only the upper spine forward. No, you're going to be starting from the bottom of the spine, all the way from the torso. You're going to be bending forward, bringing the entire stomach flat onto your thighs and bringing your forehead towards your knees as you hold on to your toes in the prana mudra with support of your index finger and thumb joined together. You're going to clasp firmly onto your toes, doing the nadi shodhana pranayama. So also using the support of your ring finger and thumb joined together, you're going to be what you can do is you can do the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama by continuing to be in the same position where you're going to alternatively close one nostril with the other finger and inhale through the other, retaining the breath with awareness and then exhaling. Visualize yourself as a dawn breaking, embodying beginnings filled with possibility in Arambhasana.
रूपगमे पसारी भगा काम दुखा प्रकृति लगा जोड़ा लगा गए.
Next is Vidokasana. You can now bring both your hands from below your ankle. So what we tend to do the minute we bring the hand below the ankle is to bend knees completely. In this asana, you're going to be holding on your shin and keeping the legs as straight as you can. As you bend forward, trying to bring your forehead towards the ground. You're going to be bringing your forehead towards the ground as much as possible, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, engaging in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Mula Bandha, engaging towards the third eye, visualize yourself as lightning setting through darkness, embodying the force that shatters illusion in this asana.
प्रथमं समुपविश्य पादौ प्रसारयेत् संयतः किञ्चिदूर्ध्वं कुरुते यत्र योरन्तरं स्थितम्.
The next is Charanji Pavasana. When you're remaining in the same position, what you're going to be doing is bringing your foot together and bending completely forward, keeping your forehead onto the heels. As you keep your hands slightly apart, placing the present is facing up towards the sky. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, and engaging in the Mula Bandha, you're going to be gazing towards your nose, visualizing yourself as the master of inner winds, embodying control over breath and sound in Jayanti Pavasana.
दो एडी मेलके नीचे हाथ पसारी पुनि चिबुक मुख नासिकाता दिग भूपरि भारी.
And next is going to be an advanced asana. Next is going to be Urdhva Paschimottanasana. In Urdhva Paschimottanasana, you're going to be first starting off by bringing your left foot behind your head, holding on to it firmly as you bend forward, Wow, Ma Jnana Lakshmi, you're doing it amazing, Ma. Very nice. As you bend forward and bring your forehead onto the ground, holding on to your respective foot. Doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka Shambhavi Mudra. The Pratyahara Kumbhaka is where you withdraw the senses inward, then move awareness sequentially through the 9 points, the soles of the feet, the perineum, the navel, the heart, the chest, the throat, the base of the throat, and between the eyebrows and the forehead. In this asana, as you engage in the Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, visualize yourself as a bow drawn for the open embodying expansion and resilience in Urdhva Paschimottanasana. And what you can also do is like how Masalasha is holding on to the foot behind the leg. You can take the support of your foot and hold it as much as possible behind your head. If you're still not able to enter into this asana, Jnana Lakshmi is doing it very amazingly. But if you're still not able to enter into the asana, what you can do is hold on to the foot as you bend forward and bringing your upper body onto the ground. You can continue to hold on to the foot also in this asana, and now you can release the hand and lay back onto the ground, continuing to hold on to the foot. Feeling the complete stretches in your thigh, you're going to be doing your best in bringing your legs again behind the head. If needed, you can hold on to the foot with both your hands also, but in this asana, you're going to be using the support of your right hand and pulling your left foot inward while stretching the left hand straight. Doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra, and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as the endless sky, embodying infinite infinity without boundary in Asana.
Brahmashayanam ekaitam pradam grivayam vitarahastena padagram gritva vitarapavabhutisthi likritya anantasanam bhavati.
And now we're going to be coming on to the right elbow. And if you're doing it on the left side, you come on the left elbow. Continuing to hold your leg as much as possible above your head, bringing it as much as possible behind your head. Now you're going to be coming onto your elbow by twisting your upper body towards the side and doing the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as the Ankusha, a small like commanding guiding stick for an elephant of immense strength in Ankushasana.
बाणशयित एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन् नितरं हस्तं कर्णमूले स्थापयेत् तस्यैव हस्तस्य पूपरं भूमौ निधाय.
Next is Drishasana. You can come back onto your back as you draw your knee in towards the chest. Doing Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as the seer embodying clarity with pierces beyond form in this asana.
बाणशयनं जानुमेघदया वष्टम्भजङ्घासहित अग्नि करद्वये बद्ध्वा सव्यं लोलयेत् दौलासनं भवति.
And next we're going to be repeating the asana from the other side by starting the Urdhva Paschimottanasana. Now bringing the right foot behind your head if you did it on the left side, and left foot behind the head if you did it on the right. Bring it firmly behind your head, holding yourself in this position. If needed, you can take the support of your hands again to hold yourself as you bend forward. Bend your entire upper body forward, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Engaging in the visualization where you visualize yourself as a river flowing upward, embodying reversal of ordinary currents in Urdhva Paschimottanasana.
Urdhva Paschimottanasana.
And next is going to be Yoga Nidrasana. In Yoga Nidrasana, you're going to next is going to be Anantasana, where you continue to hold on to your foot and lay backward towards the ground. Feeling the stretches of your hip completely, holding yourself as much as possible. So usually when we go back onto the back, we tend to lift the legs up. It's fine to lift the legs up, but Do your best in bringing your back towards the ground. Doing the Shanti Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as infinity relief to recline the body in limitless space with form in Anantasana.
Anantasana Bhavati.
Next is Ankushasana. In Ankushasana, you're going to be turning towards the side, continue to be hold yourself in the same position now. You're going to come on top of the elbow, that is that towards the sides of your leg as you do Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Visualizing yourself as the elephant body in divine direction and firmness, doing the Mula Bandha and gazing towards your nose in Ankushasana.
शयितैकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्नितरं हस्तं कर्णमूले स्थापय्ये तस्यैव हस्तस्य पूपरं भूमौ निधाय.
Next is Yoga Nidrasana. As you come onto your back, bringing both your foot as much as possible behind your neck. If you have a partner around you, you can also take the support of your partner to push your legs behind your neck as much as possible. Usually in this asana, you're going to be removing your legs, hands from your leg and clasping it at the lower back. But if you find it more comfortable to hold on to your legs so you can push it behind the head, you can do that as well. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and engaging in the Mula Bandha, you're going to be gazing towards your nose, visualizing yourself in a yogic sleep, embodying serene awareness, stay awake in Yoga Nidrasana.
पादाभ्यां वेष्टयेत् कण्ठं हस्ताभ्यां कृष्णबन्धनं तन्मध्ये शयनं कुर्यात् योगनिद्रा सुखप्रदा.
And next in Atmanasana, you're going to continue to keep your hands inside, but you're not going to, you don't need to bring your legs behind your head. You're just going to be clasping your hands behind your neck. So as much as possible, do that. Your foot, you don't need to be bothered about which direction it points towards. You're just going to be bringing as much as possible behind your head. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualizes that as self-delighted, delighting, embodying contentment born within as you gaze towards your nose to the Mula Bandha.
भूहातचीदासा करे विनसो उभे विसपा करे बगुवाच उचाय आगाने आने बगुलिगात्रि ऐसे विधिपाने.
And next, it's Kochikasana. As you continue to lay down on your back, you're going to be now bringing your knees in towards your chest and pointing the foot completely up towards the sky. In this asana, you can bend your knees, ma'am. Jnani Lakshmi, you can bend your knees, bringing your knee in towards the chest. Yes, ma'am. Pointing your foot completely up towards the sky. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, engaging in the Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Gazing towards your third eye, visualize yourself as a small bird, embodying agility and alertness in the Kochikasana.
भूहातचीदासा करे विनसो उभे विसपा करे बगुचाय आगाने आने बगुलिजुगति ऐसे विधिपाने.
And next, we're going to be engaging in a very nice spinal twist, entering into Jatara Parivritti, which has 3 parts. So first, we're going to be starting by doing it on the right side. Twisting your entire hip towards the right side, you're first going to be bringing both your knees towards the side by bending both your knees towards the sides. Completely feeling the twist towards the side. Hold yourself over here doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Engaging in the Mula Bandha and gazing towards your third eye. Feeling the twist nicely happen with the bottom of your spine, visualizing yourself as a radiant force, the belly twisting as the fire churns and defines within in Jatara Parivritti.
परिवृत्तिकुक्षिभागे चिदाधिपरिकीर्तितः बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणं ऊर्ध्वकोणम् अथापि च.
And now what you're going to do is the knee that's stacked on top. Meaning if you're now stretch the left below straight and stretching both your legs completely straight as you hold on to your toes. You're going to be stretching your bottom knee completely towards the ground. Keeping yourself, holding yourself in this asana. This asana is very powerful. It helps with the Jataragni, raising inside you, helping with your digestion. As you do this asana, visualize yourself as a radiant force, the very pristine and fire churns and refines within you in Jataragni.
परिवृत्तिकुक्षिभागे विधाति परिचितितः बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणं ऊर्ध्वकोणमथापि च.
And now we are going to continue to do all the components as you just bring both your legs together, holding on to your toes towards the side now, keeping your head, neck and spine twisted completely towards the side. Doing the Shamanu Mudra Pratyahara Kumaka and Niladanda, visualize yourself as a radiant force, the belly twisting as the fire churns and refines within the middle of the
परिवृत्तिकुक्षिभागे विधाति परिचितितः बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणं ऊर्ध्वकोणमथापि च.
And now we're going to repeat this on the other side by bringing the left knee. If we did it on the right side, now you're going to be doing it on the left side. But then bringing the left knee now towards the side, both of your knees towards the side, as you look now towards the opposite direction. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka and Niladanda, visualize yourself as a radiant force, the very twisting as fire churns and refines within.
परिवृत्तिकुक्षिभागे विधाति परिचितितः बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणं ऊर्ध्वकोणमथापि च.
And now you're going to be holding on. You're going to be bringing the knees, which is there on the top. If you're doing it, if you're twisting towards the left side, your left knee, and right side, right knee. As you hold on to your toes and look towards the opposite direction, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumaka and visualizing yourself as a radiant force, the belly twisting as fire churns and refines within.
परिवृत्तिकुक्षिभागे विधाति परिचितितः बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणं ऊर्ध्वकोणमथापि च.
Now you're going to continue to remain in the same position, just bringing both the foot towards the side. You're going to be stacking both the foot towards the side, hold on to your feet. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra Pratyahara Kumaka and Niladanda. Visualize yourself as a radiant force, the belly twisting as fire churns and refines within.
परिवृत्तिकुक्षिभागे विधाति परिचितितः बद्धकोणं सुप्तकोणं ऊर्ध्वकोणमथापि च.
And now you can place your foot flat on the ground, below your hips. As you do the Dvipada Pitham, you're going to be now lifting your hip slightly up toward the sky as you hold on to your ankle. Nicely lifting up, feeling the arc in your back. Doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Hold yourself as high as possible doing the Shambhavi Mudra and Pratyahara Kumbhaka. When you just enter into this asana, your chin is going to be completely tucked in towards the chest doing the Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize yourself as a radiant bridge rooted through your feet and arcing upward in strength in Dvipada.
प्रतिक्रियायुतं द्वन्द्वपीठं सर्वबलप्रदं गर्भिणीनां दुर्बलानां इति गार्गी जगादनु.
And next is Paryankhasana. While you're going to be laying flat on the ground, bringing your palms also flat on the ground next to you, and raising your hip up toward the sky. You're able to see it's an advanced arc, so do it very carefully. If you're doing it for the first time, then do it very carefully. As much as you're able to lift, you can lift. And if you're feeling comfortable, you can also walk your hands even more closer to your foot, doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and realizing yourself as a stone, unmoving, timeless, and steady in Paryankhasana.
दानशयनमसकराभ्यां पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा नाभिप्रदेशं ऊर्ध्वं कुर्यात् पर्यन्तासनं भवति.
Now you can relax your spine towards the ground as you bring your knee in and hold on to the respective shoulders as you nicely massage your back by moving your knees in circles. It's going to be a very nice counter asana for the Paryantasana, which is exit with the Shambhavi Mudra, engaging with the Sahaja Kumbhakara. You're going to inhale deeply through the nose, hold the breath comfortably, and then release through the nose during the Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a playful dog rolling freely on the ground in Shvotanasana.
शरीरं संस्थाप्य जाह्नवी सम्मील्य नाभवानी हस्ताभ्यां कन्धरां बद्ध्वा मामये शोकानं भवति.
And next, Viparita Karani. It will be a nice shoulder balance asana now. As you can use the momentum of your leg and nicely kick your leg straight towards the sky. You, as much as possible, you can push your hip forward and tuck your toes such that you find the balance and hold yourself over here. You're going to be stretching your hands flat on the ground as much as possible, balancing only on your shoulders and arms, with your arms completely flat. So you can also find the balance such that you balance on the shoulder, and if you lose the balance, you can also use support of your palm to push yourself back onto your shoulder. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, engaging in the Murcha Kumbhaka, where you're going to be breathing into Jalandhara Bandha. You should see your feet reaching skyward, crown grounding in stillness, drawing Apana upward toward the head to unite with prana in Viparita Karani Mudra.
विपरीत करणी मुद्रा भूतले प्रशिरो दत्वा नये चरणद्वयं विपरीत कृति चर्येष सर्वं तन्त्रेषु गोपिता.
And next, you're going to be now making small circles in the same asana. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Mushikuvaka, Jalandhara Bandha. See your feet reaching skyward, crown, grounding in stillness, drawing Apana upward towards the head, uniting with prana and Viparita Karani Mudra.
करणी विपरीताख्या सर्वाधिक व्याधिनाशिनी नित्यम् अभ्यासयुक्तस्य गाठराग्निवर्धनी.
And now you can relax your leg back, placing your toes straight into the ground, and you're going to be wrapping your hand, the Paramashiva Mudra, and extending it behind you, nicely feeling the twist of your shoulders. Hold yourself in the asana. One of the most important things with yoga is holding yourself comfortably in all the asanas as long as you're able to hold. Doing the Parashu Mudra, Moksha Kumbhaka, Jalandhara Bandha, engaging in the Mula Bandha along with the Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize your legs extended over your head like a steady flow, cutting fertile earth in Sakala.
जीवाकण्ठेन भूमिं विस्तम्भ पादाग्र दूयम् ऊर्ध्वम् अन्नये दरकासनं भवति.
And now you're going to be, if needed, you can also relax before you enter into the next asana, where you're now going to be wrapping your toes in the Prana Mudra, with the support of your index and middle thumb joined together, keeping your legs as straight as you can. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Murcha Kumbhaka, and Jalandhara Bandha, which you will naturally be engaging in when you do this asana. Visualize yourself as a river flowing westward, surrendering to the earth in Sarita Paschimottanasana.
तानं शयित्वा कुर्वीत शयितपश्चिमतानकम्.
Next is Supta Konasana. You can now just spread your toes wide apart as you continue to hold on to your foot. Walk your foot completely wide apart into a V-like position as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Murcha Kumbhaka, and Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize your body expanding sideways like a vast steady mountain in Supta Konasana.
परिवृत्तिकुक्षिभागे बद्धकोणं सुकोणमथापि च.
And next, you're going to be holding on to your ankles. You're going to release your holds on the foot and hold on to your ankles and push your spine towards the shoulder as you hold yourself over here doing Shambhavi Mudra, Murcha Kumbhaka, and Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize your body as a luminous wheel radiating energy in all directions in Chakrasana.
शवासनस्थद्वौ पादौ कुर्यात् मस्तगतत्परौ विक्रमेण ततः शीघ्रम् एतत् सर्वस्य साधनम्.
Now you can now point your foot up towards the sky, holding out your respective toes. You're going to be spreading it completely wide apart as much as possible. As you can see over here, nicely spread it wide apart. As you hold yourself here doing the Prana Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Yes, Manana Lakshmi, you're doing it very amazing. As you visualize your legs stretching outward like vast, steady rivers, reaching toward the horizon in this asana.
स्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च वरीचं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुतां पृथक्प्रसारणे.
Now you can relax doing Supta Padangusthasana. You can bring your foot now together in the same position, just bringing it together as much as possible and holding on to your toes, doing the Prana Mudra, engaging in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka by firmly contracting the throat and drawing the breath slowly in through the nose, reducing sound of the ocean breathing. When the visualize legs extended forward, feet reaching and grounding like roots in this asana.
स्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च वरीचं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं च सुतां पृथक्प्रसारणे.
Next is Matsyasana. So you can the next is the Matsyasana. In Matsyasana, you're going to be bringing your legs as you continue to lay down into the Padmasana position by placing your foot on the opposite thighs and holding on to the opposite elbows as well and placing it behind your head, on top of your head, as we do the Shambhavi Mudra and continue to do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Engaging in the Mula Bandha, you're going to be now bringing your gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as Matsya, the divine fish of Vishnu, gliding with luminous awareness through the cosmic water.
मुक्तपद्मासनं कृत्वा उत्थानशयनं चरेत् उत्तराभ्यां शिरो वेष्ट्य मत्स्यासनं तु रोगः.
And next, in the same asana, you're going to be extending your hands above your head and placing it on top of each other. As you lay comfortably resting in this asana, do the Shambhavi Mudra, engaging in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka by making the ocean-like sound. Doing the Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose, visualize Lord Rama radiating from your inner space. Bow in hand, serene and calm in Varasharama.
प्रथमकरे पदमासन आचे सुधोसो वेधु परिपाचे गोड़ा अरुजंघाये दो धूसो लगता राशे सोवी.
Next, Sarvangasana. What you can do is you can lift your Padmasana up using the momentum of your body. If needed, you can also get up slightly and use the force to push your legs on top towards the sky. As you hold yourself over here, when you bring yourself over here, you're going to naturally be tucking your chin into the chest, into the Jalandhara Bandha, and you're going to be breathing in and out in the same asana by doing the Murcha Kumbhaka. Bringing your gaze towards your nose as you do the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva. Visualize your body lifted like a luminous pillar, all the limbs aligned and supporting you in Sarvangasana.
अथ वक्षेऽर्थ संक्षेपात् सर्वाङ्गासनमुत्तमं यत् कृत्वा योगनिपुणो विद्याभिः पंडितो यथा.
Now you can relax your legs towards the ground as we enter into Vrishchikasana. You're going to continue to keep your right foot in towards your left inner thigh, pulling yourself over here as you keep your hands into a hook and placing it above your head, lifting your left foot off the ground as we lift your upper body also off the ground. During the Shambhavi Mudra, Musha Kumbhakara Chalandravanda, visualize yourself as a scorpion, coiled and steadfast, tail up with Latin power in Vrishikasana.
Tatmasayana, Sudosi Sakesha Santi Sudake, Pachusi Uradhara Rake, Bagravagatali, Esetane, Gaganadisha, Sanmukha.
It's very important that you keep the upper body raised off the ground as you do Sasana. Now you will repeat it on the other side. Visualize yourself as a scorpion coil and steadfast, tall, up with Latin power in Vrishikasana.
Tatmasayana, Sudosi Sakesha Santi Sudake, Pachusi Uradhara Bagravagatali, Esetane, Gaganadisha, Sanmukha.
Next, you're going to be doing a Vrishapada Kshepanam. So for next few asanas, you're going to be doing a dynamic asana. Next few asanas are going to be nice and dynamic, strengthening asanas. So first, you're going to be doing the Vrishapada Kshepanam, which is similar to the bicycle crunches, where you're going to be bringing the opposite elbows, your respective elbows towards the opposite knees as you twist your body, and this also helps you with your abdomen strength as you do the Parashu Mudra, clasping the hands behind your head. The Parashu Mudra, doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Munda Bandha, gazing towards the third eye. You need to continuously do as many as you can. At least you can maybe count up to 10 to 20 as you do this bicycle crunches during the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Gaze towards the third eye, you will see that much more than the normal bicycle punches that gives you strength. When you do it as Paramashiva has revealed, you will see even more impact in your body, not only physically but also in all the levels as you visualize yourself as a mighty bull, grounded, powerful, radiant, ready to strike with controlled force in Vrishapada Kshepanam.
Tanam Shayanam Kritva Anguliti Kandara Badva Purparo Militva Nitam Dena Bhumim Sprishva.
So the key is to do as many as possible without stopping in between. As we do the next also is a dynamic asana, the Marottanasana. So in this asana, we are going to be engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. What you're going to be doing is bringing one knee towards the chest as you lift up, such that your knee comes towards the side of your ears. So you're going to be attempting to bring your knee completely touching onto your ears. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Visualize your spine as a strong, flexible pillar, fully extending to control power in Marottanasana.
Bhutanamam Sutakritva Danudvayam Padyayena Karnayo Samsprishet Marottanam Bhavati.
And now kick your legs behind as you make a somersault backward. Do this asana very carefully and ensure that before we enter into Uttasana, we're going to be doing the Brikasana. In Brikasana, you're going to continue to lay flat onto the back and bring your foot flat onto the ground as you lift your upper body and come to a standing position. And again, lay down back onto the ground and repeat this in a dynamic motion. Keep doing it along with the components, the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, as you visualize yourself as a wolf, alert in all senses, turned to every movement in Vikasana.
अत्र उत्थानं शयनं कृत्वा पादलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा उत्तिष्ठेत् विकासनं भवति.
And next is Bhutasana, where you're going to be doing the advanced somersault by keeping your legs behind your above your head and completely coming to a seated position and doing this in a dynamic motion. So please do this asana very carefully as you perform it. Ensure that you don't have many things around you, maybe your cot or tables around you. Do it very carefully so that you don't hurt yourself while doing this asana. Nicely turn your legs back as you visualize a fluid rolling motion and your body under complete control in Vinyasa.
Ganashayanam padau shira ullamya bhumau sthapayitva yujjam bhutva yujjam shayanam.
Now you're going to come flat onto the ground and slightly lift your body off the ground. We're going to be doing a very interesting pranayama, the Sarata Kumbhaka, which is specifically meant for the Sarata Asana. In this asana, you're going to be keeping your mouth in a contracted, you're going to contract the lips such that you're able to produce a whistle-like sound as you inhale. As you do the Sarata Kumbhaka, you're going to be doing the Mula Bandha, firmly contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor. Visualize this that as a multi-chariot carrying warriors with unwavering strength and stability in Saratasana.
Vidyashayanam krutva nabim bhumau nidhaya stambhatya sarabhyam bhumim avastambha utnau nimilya venuvat samkritya dishte saratasanam bhavati.
Next is also another dynamic asana, Deha. As you can come to a plank-like position, ensure that your body is completely into a plank-like position. Bringing your hip completely down into a plank-like position, you're going to be jumping your foot to the center of your palms and back, again to the center of your palms and back as much as possible. If you're finding it difficult to bring it towards the center, you can also jump as forward as you can during the Shambhala Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, and Mula Bharta. Visualize yourself expanding beyond body and mind awareness, flowing without boundaries in Deha.
हस्तद्वयं बद्ध्वा तन्मध्ये चरणद्वयम् उद्दाने एव बहिर् आनीयाथनये देहल्युल्लङ्घनं भवति.
And next is Jatyasana. You're going to be keeping the back of your palms now by bending forward. With the backs of your palms, you're going to be on the ground as you hold on to the toes. Sorry, you're keeping your palms flat on the ground in front of your foot as you walk forward and back. Engaging in the Shambhala Mudra. Continuing to keep the awareness, resting deeply with it. Doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, visualize your mind as a luminous witness, accessing memories across lifetimes in that person.
अथ जात्यासनं भक्ष्ये येन जाति स्मरो भवेत् अष्टाङ्गी भूमौ च गमनागमनं ततः.
And next you're going to be doing the Lolittika Karana. In the Lolittika Karana, the speciality of the Nithyananda Yoga is that it also has various karanas as part of the practice. So first you're going to be entering into the Aravandi position by keeping your toes wide apart and keeping your heels together. The heels of both your foot together. You're going to be bringing both your palms facing downward in front of your chest in the Mridushisha Mudra. So you're going to be arching your back slightly backward as you rotate your hands in your head and come back forward, and then you're going to be repeating this motion in Lolittika Karana. Yes. And now we're going to be entering into Sarpasana. In Sarpasana, you're going to be keeping your foot completely together and palms also completely together next to your thighs, completely pressing onto your thighs, keeping your head, neck, and spine in a complete straight line. You're not going to be having any gap in between your hands and the thighs or elbows. You're going to be completely keeping everything together, or your entire hand together, your leg together, keeping your entire body straight. If you need the support of a rope, tie your foot together, you can also use the support of a rope. Doing the Shambhala Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka. And engaging in the Mula Bhanda, visualize your Kundalini breathing as a coiled radiant force rising from your spine in Sarvasana.
अथ सर्वासनं वक्ष्ये वासनानां केवलं शरीरं दण्डवत् सिद्धे तद्युबद्धस्तु पादयोः.
And next is the Ushtrasana. So in Ushtrasana, you're going to bend forward and hold on to your toes from front. As you walk front and back on the mat, visualizing yourself as a camel drawing on inner reserves to end your long challenges without faltering as you continue to engage the Shamala Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Vrinda in Ushtra Saranasana.
वृष्टिकनिष्ठिका भवते भूमौ निधाय उपरि पादतले संस्थाप्य अश्ववत् शरीरं चलनीयम् आश्वासनं भवति.
Next is Ashwasana. You will continue to be bending forward, similar to the Ushtrasana position. Thus, you're going to be bringing your hands from the side now and holding on to your foot as you walk front and back, doing Shamali Mudra, Sahajatimaka, Mula Benda. Om Nithyananda Paramashiva Java, visualize yourself as a horse, recording speed, stamina, and powerful coordination in Ashwasana.
वृष्टिकनिष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय उपरि पादतले संस्थाप्य अश्ववत् शरीरं चलनीयम् आश्वासनं भवति.
And next is Kapota Nitakarpana, in which you're going to be clasping your hands behind your back in the Parashu Mudra and arcing your spine below, such that as much as possible you're able to bring the hands towards the shin. During the Parashu Mudra, Mula Bhanda, engaging in the Mula Bhanda while you're going to firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a soaring bird moving with precision, agility, and effortless focus in Kapota Nityananda.
पादतले भूमौ निधाय पृष्ठभागेन हस्तौ जङ्घापर्यन्तं नीत्वा कपोतनिटकं भवति.
Right side. So the side which you bend, you're also going to be raising the same side heels off the ground. So if you bend towards the left, you're going to be bending lifting your left heel off the ground and arcing towards the left side with your hands cupping and facing up. And towards the right, you're going to do this dynamically on both the sides as you visualize yourself offering flowers are the latest speak of Paramashiva and Giri. Next, we're going to engage in the Khadgasana by keeping your hands together in the Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart and bringing your elbows together as well. Doing this Sahaja Kumbhaka, engaging in Mula Bhanda and gazing towards your nose, visualize yourself as a rhinoceros embodying immense strength and resilience and unwavering focus. What you need to also do is slightly bend forward into an angle, rolling yourself over to do the asana, the Khadgasana.
विजसरत्तमासनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिम् अवष्टभ्य उत्तिष्ठेत् खड्गासनं भवति.
And next is the Uttanottanam. So in the Uttanottanam, we will completely come to a seated position onto the ground, like keeping the bottom of the spine on the ground and lifting back to a standing position. This is also known to be a health check. So if you're able to completely sit on the ground and lift up to a complete standing position, then you are a healthy person. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bhanda, bring your gaze towards the nose. Yes, Ma Jnana Lakshmi, you're doing it very nicely now. Visualize yourself rising and sitting with steady strength, each repetition, building endurance and resilience in Uttanam.
पुनः पुनः उद्घातव्यमसि तत्त्वमिति उत्थानोत्थानं भवति.
And next is going to be the Uchishakasana. In the Uchishakasana, you're going to bring one foot towards the chest as you slightly sit and get the face back up. So you're going to come to seated position as much as you can and get up. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra. Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mulavanda, visualize yourself as a tall tree firmly grounded through your standing legs in Uchishakasana.
एकैकं पादतलं कुक्षौ निधाय तिष्ठेत् उच्छिष्यकं भवति.
Next is the Tandavasana. So in Tandavasana, first you're going to be doing it on the right side. As you balance on your left foot, you're going to be bringing the right leg up towards the sky. So you're going to be pointing your right fingers down and placing your left fingers pointing upward. Holding yourself like this towards the side as you balance by engaging in the Mula Bandha. Continue to do the Sahaja Kumbhaka and Shambhavi Mudra. You're going to be doing the Japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashiva. Visualize yourself as Lord Shiva, moving with fierce divinity, divine energy.
पादे स्थित्वा अन्यपादो अधः ताण्डवासनं मृगनृत्यं शिवस्य तदा स्थितिः.
Next, you will be engaging again in another karana, the Parshva Jamni karana. So you're going to be balancing on your right foot as you bring your left foot up, and with the support of your wrist and fist, you're going to be holding it in towards your chest. Holding yourself in this position, finding the balance and balancing as long as you can on the foot, doing the karana. Now we're going to repeat Tandavasana on the left side as well. As you balance on your right foot, you're now going to be bringing your left foot towards the side and your left fingers are going to point down as your right fingers point up towards the sky.
पादे स्थित्वा अन्यपादो.
Engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, and doing the Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as Lord Shiva, moving fierce divine energy, each step and gesture revealing power and wisdom in Pandavasana.
पादे स्थित्वा अन्यपादो अधः ताण्डवासनं मृगनृत्यं शिवस्य तदा स्थितिः.
Next, we are doing the Brahmanasana. So in Brahmanasana, next set of asanas are going to be a few balancing asanas. So what is going to help you best in this asana is to find a gaze in front of you and hold the gaze firmly. The drishti point in front of you is what we call it as. So hold yourself. Hold your gaze over there as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, balancing on your right foot. Visualize yourself as Brahman, infinite, unbounded, and pure awareness in Brahmanasana.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्ष्ये कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत् एकपादमुरौ दत्वा तिष्ठेदन्ताभुवि.
And now you can repeat the same thing on the other side by bringing the right foot in towards the inner thigh as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as Brahman, the infinite.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्ष्ये कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत् एकपादमुरौ दत्वा तिष्ठेदन्ताभुवि.
And now you can bring the right inner foot towards the inner thigh as you bring it from front and place it in front of the thigh as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize Lord Vishnu in your heart, radiant and serene. As you place your palms resting towards the side, you're not going to be holding on to your foot in this asana, it's just going to rest towards the side. Find the drishti point in front of you so that you can hold the balance. Visualize the Lord Vishnu within your heart, radiant and serene in Ekapanasana.
वामपादस्य विधाय च
We're repeating Ekapadasana now on the other side, finding Drishti point, finding balance. Now balance on the right foot. As you bring the left towards the inner thigh, keeping your hand in spine in a straight line, balancing there as you continue to engage in the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula and Shambhavi Mudra.
Raksha Dhinvama Padasya.
Visualize yourself as Lord Vishnu within your heart, radiant and serene in Ekapadasana.
Raksha Dhinvama Padasya. Jambhopari Vidhaya Cha.
Okay, for the next set of asanas, we are now going to be entering into a seated asanas. So now you can come to a kneeling position and bring the top of the head down towards the ground and wrap your hands around your head firmly facing on the ground. Slowly walk your foot forward. Bring your knee in towards the chest. You're going to be bringing your toes off the ground, finding the balance on your head. So as you can see, this is the inverted asana. Hold yourself over here very carefully. If you're a female body in the monthly cycles, you can refrain from doing this asana. Hold yourself over here. What you can also do is do your best in bringing your knees as much as possible in towards the chest, and even if possible, touching your chin. As you hold yourself over here. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, gaze towards the nose, visualize yourself as a serene cow, embodying calmness, patience, and steadfast openness in Yogi Asana.
Dohati Kabuni Yogi Punitali Jane, Doi Krishti Ambrayaki, Punajano, Esabele, Bhu Uparithano.
And now you can slowly raise your leg, stretching your foot completely up towards the sky, balancing only on your head. Do it very carefully. If you're doing it for the first time, take the support of a wall. And if you already have a practice on this, then you can do it by yourself. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gaze towards your nose. Visualize your body inverted, a luminous axis of concentrated awareness in Shavasana.
Viparita Mandalam Jai, Vividikam Hinaha, Dandasanam Vidha Proktam, Viparitopaveshane.
Next is Podhyasana, where you bring your knee up as much as possible towards your forehead as you keep your legs completely straight. We are going to be engaging in a unique Kumbhaka also, the Bhastrika Kumbhaka, where you're going to forcefully and rapidly inhale and exhale through the nose. Doing the Mula Bandha, visualize vibrating energy exploding from within, radiating boundless vitality. This when you hold yourself over here for as long as you can, also can see your core is being engaged. So you're going to also take core strength.
Bhumati Bhagavahara Ane, Boda Taratanta Sithane, Amrita Pindali, Edutadhare, Charna Ube, Akasadi Sipare.
And now you can bend forward, your legs slightly into an angle as you wrap your hands holding on the opposite shoulders from behind you. Hold yourself over here, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Bhastrika Kumbhaka, coming to Indian and exhale forcefully doing the Mula Bandha. Visualize your body as the sturdy bar, Parigha, holding steady as a gate in Paribhasana.
Tanam Shayanam Pitva, Padam Gitva, Prasadyanitam, Bambuma, Krishya, Tabhyam Tandaram, Badva, Pipava, Pitva, Tipet, Parivasanam, Bhavati.
And next, Naukasana, bring your elbows on the ground behind you as you currently keep your legs in an angle. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Bhastrika Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a mighty board cutting through the ocean of Maya in Paribhasana. Naukasana.
Tanam Shayanam Pitva, Padam Gitva, Prasadyanitam, Bambuma, Krishya, Tabhyam Tandaratha, Kumbhakam, Pitva, Tipet, Parivasanam, Bhavati.
Next, you can come up onto the sitting bones as you hold on to your foot. So first, you're going to be bringing the foot in towards the chest, keeping it in front of your heart center, holding on to it in Vinyasana. As you gaze towards your third eye during the Vastika Kumbhaka and Shambhavi Nidra, visualize yourself embodying the Nidra, fierce yet compassionate, a roaring storm of transformative power in Vinyasa.
कवितली संपुट करी हाथ ऊंचाई भगा का अंगूठा दो उंगली कर लिए ऊपर ली कानी ताल गए.
Now you can come flat under the ground into a laying down position as as you push your shoulders and foot up onto the ground as you lift your head up towards the sky. You can keep your hands next to your foot, facing palms facing towards the ground as you lift yourself up, holding yourself here in Shambhavi Mudra. And when you do the asana, you will notice your chin is getting tucked in towards its chest. Enjoy it. Breathe over here, Mushu Kumbhaka, gaze towards your nose. Visualize your body lifted, hips driving upward like a rising flame. And
मुद्रे जजानुमे कृत्वा शयित ऊर्ध्वमुखं तथा उत्थाप्य हस्तौ तिष्ठेतु पीठे उन्मुखनामके.
And now you can extend your legs forward, lay comfortably on the back as you enter the Shavasana. Comfortably resting your hands next to your hips on the ground. Do the Shakti Chayana Mudra. Focus on the Muladhara. Contract the perineum and browse the dormant Kundalini energy, forcefully drawing it towards the Apana Vali, upward with intent. During the Mula Bandha, visualize dissolving into stillness like a peaceful body resting the earth and base in Shavasana.
दशवासनं उत्थानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तु शवासनं शवासनं शान्तिहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारकम्.
And now you can slowly start moving your toes or your palms coming to a seated position. And congratulations to all the participants who have been participating, and to Manyana Lakshmi, who has also been here with us throughout the yoga session for today. We have completed 100 asanas today as revealed by Swamiji, and we are now going to be concluding the session over here. Before which I would like to invite all the viewers to also join the ongoing Paramashiva Sena program, where you're going to get personalized training into all of these asanas, 1,000 asanas, where you'll be personally guided into doing all the asanas properly, along with all the 12 components as revealed by Paramashiva and revived by Swamiji. And also would like to invite you for the daily satsang that happens from 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, in which Swamiji reveals the deeper science of quantum entanglement. And now we're also having the and we are also having where Swamiji is revealing the Tell All series, where Swamiji is going to be revealing deeper truths about whatever happened in Swamiji's life through the persecution. And you're going to be also exploring more on that. So you can come and join the daily live satsang without missing. And also invite all of you to join the Zoom session that happens every day, where we're also giving a personalized guidance for each and every participant joining us in the Zoom as well. You can put it in the comment section, and one of our person will reach out to you, giving you the Zoom link to join the daily session. With this, we're going to be coming to the conclusion by keeping the hands in front of your heart center in a Namaskara Mudra. Closing your eyes, visualize Swamiji and offer the gratitude at Swamiji's with the sweet as we conclude the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Now, requesting all of you to please take a moment to offer your gratitude by going down at abundantly. Thank you all for joining. Nithyanandam.